I've been working on my dream game for over 2 years now, and I don't really have much to show for it. I realized I needed to make a demo for you guys to play. Okay, awesome, great, this will be pretty easy. That was incorrect. It did not go as planned. Today, I'll walk you through how I took my indie game from a very not playable state to the demo that's out for everyone to play right now. Make sure to stick around to the end to find out more. The number one thing that I've come to realize when making an indie game by yourself is that it is very hard. I've taught myself how to make art, program, make music, sound effects, market and design games, and a bunch of other random stupid stuff. That's why today I'm happy to announce that Core is sponsoring this video. Core is a new PC metaverse gaming platform that makes it super easy for anyone to create, share, and play multiplayer games. If you're like me and you love the art and design side of making games, but you're not much of a programmer, Core is great for that. There's no coding required, and it's super easy to make multiplayer games using the thousands of free music, sound, and art assets. And it's powered by the Unreal Engine, so your game will have high quality AAA graphics. But if you do want to build your own games from scratch, you can make your own logic using Lua and make your own scripts and 3D models. One of the awesome things about Core is that creators have been able to pay their bills and quit their day jobs with the Core Perks program, which shares 50% of the revenue. Personally, I was amazed at how easy it was to get in and start making stuff with Core. The controls and interface are intuitive and clean, and the entire experience is a blast. Core is absolutely free to download, play, and create with on the Epic Games Store. Make sure to use the link in the description to download Core for free and start creating your own games. The first important thing to address is why I decided to make a demo. To be honest, I just wanted to get something into your guys' hands. But as I've gone through this process for the past few months, I've realized that there's so many other benefits. First of all, getting playtest feedback from a wide variety of people is super helpful. There's lots of small things I've learned from watching people play my demo so far that I didn't think about while playtesting it myself. As an artist, you've got to step back and view your work from another angle sometimes. Is it a horse? Secondly, making a demo forces you to get together a vertical slice. But Jeremy, what is a vertical slice? Is a good thing you asked, small man. A vertical slice is basically just a segment of something with all the components in it. So me making my game with only the environment and enemies was a very long horizontal slice. No, bad. For the demo, I needed the menu, abilities, bosses, save files, controller support, etc. But I compacted that into a smaller horizontal area. Now that is a very vertical looking slice. So at the time of announcement, making a demo didn't really seem too hard. I didn't realize how behind I was on the vertical slice. That meant I had a lot of stuff to do. Death, hurting, flame dash, a new boss, new inventory, map system, controller support, main menu, save file system, which I do not know how to do, playtesting, Adam broke everything, a bajillion sound effects, making a Steam page, and a buttload of bugs. Have I mentioned that I'm in college? So, where do I start? Hey, there's a small, inconspicuous, and largely irrelevant system that we could change over here. Should we do that? Yes, absolutely. I redid my angle calculation system for enemies spawning death and hurt particles. I found out some cool math that I could do that just does the work for me, and it just cleaned up a lot of my code. Wow, math is awesome. Now that I was finished with that, it was time to take on the checklist of doom. I finished up the death animation and the little transition that happens when you land on a spike. Basically, I just had placeholder animations in there for a long time and you couldn't even die. I am happy to report that death is now a viable strategy. Oh, good. After that, I went all in on the sick new boss fight for the demo. I started by designing the boss on paper, and then I made a box with an arrow on it to work as a placeholder while I did the art. Wait, I can't show that. That's spoilers. You'll have to play the demo to find out what it is. Then I started working on the actual levels for the demo. By the way, this is a totally new area. This stuff won't be in the final game, except for maybe small parts of it. I made this new map so that I could fit more stuff into a smaller chunk. Vertical slice, baby. Finally, I realized I had to do the inventory. It can't hurt you, it's just an inventory. No, please don't hurt me. I do not like doing inventory stuff. Basically for the demo, I needed a new inventory that shows your items and abilities, but just for the demo. So for the sake of time, I only gave the inventory the amount of slots that it would need, and that amount exactly. You don't get any more slots. Around this time, the task of controller support began. I basically just sat down for a day and did everything in one go. That was not a fun day. I had to think about a lot of new things with the addition of controllers. It's rumbling! Why is it doing that? There's input thresholds, rumbling, and weird button layouts. I'll be honest, I don't usually use controllers for games unless I absolutely need to, so it was a little rough for me to figure out what makes controller gameplay feel good. I definitely still have a ways to go though. After that, I finally added the flame dash ability that you'll get in the demo. It is not the crystal dash ability from Hollow Knight. It has no similarities. End of discussion. Once I had everything in the demo for the most part, which included a lot of the tutorial art and stuff, I was prepared to get some playtester feedback. Coincidentally, I am very good friends with the person every game developer needs but dreads. Adam. Adam loves to break stuff. He broke my game in many fun ways. I faced a lot of bugs. Thank you, Adam, for destroying my game. I feel a lot better about releasing it to the public now. Then I made the main menu. You will notice that this is not pixel art. I'm not sure if that's allowed. I did it anyways. Hey, Jay Hunter, I had a really great time playing your game, but it would be simply splendid if I could save and come back for more later. Who are you? I have never done this before. I knew it was possible, but I just did not know what to do. There's a pretty simple save file mechanic in Construct 3, but I tried it and it was not working. I asked the internet for help desperately, hoping that a hero would save me like Jobel in the last video, but this is all I got. How, Ashley? How does it work? It turns out Ashley was right and I did it wrong. Who are you? Basically, it was saving the game, but there was nothing saving the boolean that would check to see if there was a save file for the menu. So even if there was a save file, it looked like there wasn't, and it forced you to start a new file. I ended up using local storage to keep track of 3 keys. One for the boolean, one for coins, and one for secret stars. That way the menu accurately shows your save file. Your files are now safe. You are welcome. One of the deadlines that I was working towards, and one of the reasons I was so stressed to get this all working in time, was bringing my game to the playtest night at the game dev club at my school. I got some good feedback. Luckily, after Adam, they didn't find any new bugs, except for one with the boss fight. That was a pretty easy fix. The club in my school is pretty small, but I just feel like wherever I go, the game development community is so helpful and friendly. I stopped making animations a year ago and started only doing devlogs because I just love all the people in this community. Watching and supporting other devs is super fun, and getting feedback and support from you guys is so helpful. Love you guys. After the meat of the demo was done, it was time for the sound. What's that? I already made a video about sound design, therefore I never need to make a sound effect ever again. I made maybe like 8 sound effects in the last devlog. There are so many other things that need sound. This little fella, he's silent. Why is he silent? Speak up, little guy.
Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to see more awesome content like this.
Yes, good. Good sound. Thankfully, Riptide is helping me out with the music. That took a big load off me, and I was able to spend a lot more time doing sound design. He made a video with all the music he made for the demo, so if you like the sweet symphonies of splendid music, go check that out. So, sound design. I know I said I learned it in the last devlog, but I learned a lot more in just a few days of making sound effects for the demo. I became very friendly with the equalizer, and I learned a bunch of other ways to just make sounds so much better. Some of the sounds I like a lot, and some of them I do not. Don't judge too harshly if you hear a garbage sound effect. I made like 100 sounds in 2 days. It was hard. Also, I've been in school. This semester I took a 2D animation class, a gesture drawing class, and a 3D modeling class. I learned a lot from those classes, and I have to say I'm super interested in making a 3D game now.
Jay Hunter, do not lose focus. Remember your quest.
Gandalf? Once I had most things done, I started working on my Steam page. This was also a very steep learning curve for me. I've never made a Steam page before, but I know it's a super important step when making a game to make the Steam page early so you can beg people on the internet for wish lists. I bet you thought I was gonna ask for a wish list, right? Please wishlist my game on Steam, please! Also, the game has a name now. I went with Koko the Last Leaf. This little fella is Koko. I honestly just suck with names, but I took one that I wasn't entirely happy with and just started using it. I have to say that it kinda grew on me. Either way, I needed a name for the Steam page, so I had to pick something. You see, his name is Koko, and he's the last leaf. Any ideas? What about Fortnite? I had to write out a bunch of descriptions and stuff for the Steam page, and I have to say that it helped me redefine my focus. It's easy to get lost in all the caterpillars and wizards and forget what kind of game I'm making. This was really helpful. So yeah, go wishlist Koko the Last Leaf on Steam to be reminded when it releases someday. In conclusion, making a demo helped me get a vertical slice out there for people to play. It's super important so that I can get valuable playtest feedback, and it forced me to work on stuff that I otherwise would never have worked on voluntarily, like inventory. Now for the stuff you've been waiting for. You can play the game on either Steam or itch.io. The links to both are in the description. Give me feedback in my Discord server. Link is also in the description, and there's also a link on the in-game menu. There's these secret stars scattered throughout the demo. If you can find all of them, I'll give you a big old pat on the back. So, what now? Well, I'm actually taking a break from game dev for a while, sort of. It's been a long few months working on this, and with this year of school ending, I'm going on to do a lot of new stuff. Am I quitting? No, definitely not. I'll explain more in a future video. Make sure to subscribe to see more of my journey. Enjoy playing the demo. Also, don't forget to check out Core. Just use the link in the description to get started for free.